gotta stop. We gotta stop supporting these dark energy businesses. That basically sits it right out there in front of our face. I mean, it's universal law. They have to. That's how I can prosper. So, Apple. Never liked Apple. Always wondered about Apple. First of all, it's a bitten apple. Forbidden fruit, forbidden fruit. You know. Yeah, they took that and they made that devilish when it comes to the forbidden fruit part. Yeah, they're preventing what they do with it. They're using so businesses and stuff like that when it comes to like dark energy and what I mean, how they're doing it, and so they're tapped in, right? And they're using their tapped in knowledge and dark energy to sell and keep these businesses being able to prosper. But like I said before, I've been saying that these businesses are crashing, will crash, especially if they don't fix it or have somebody else take over it that isn't in that dark energy, or until we fix it ourselves. For instance, Apple literally sells stuff to where you can't fix it. Like, you can't open it and replace the batteries and stuff. They have a timeline for when their stuff will fail, so you gotta buy another one to replace it. And don't let me talk about what that does to the planet. Because all these, where do y'all think this stuff go? It doesn't get recycled. I mean, they even have recycled symbols on things, and we're talking about in everywhere, like stores, all that, grocery stores, and it's not being recycled. It's not being recycled. And all of these clothes and everything, it's not being recycled. It can't. So we gotta stop buying from these dark energy businesses that are making moves to make a profit and setting you up to make a profit. Like, would you buy an Apple phone knowing that if it had if it had next to the warranty or whatever. What is the warranty? Now think about it. Y'all giving out warranties and all that stuff, knowing that y'all got a certain amount of battery power for these electronics to fail after a certain period of time, so people go back and buy more. And let's not just talk about Apple. Let's talk about Pandora. What does that mean? Pandora box? Like, are we just gonna let that go over our head? This world is very spiritual, and we're ignoring all of the signs. Yeah, that's gonna go too, because the more and more people realize the vibrations that they're sending out in that music, as well as they also put the frequency at a certain level to where no matter what song you listen to on their app, it's at a certain frequency to where you get your spirit, your soul, part of your spirituality, your vibrations, your frequency. It lowers it to chaos and confusion. But you know what's crazy? They did a study, and all the gospel music on there, that's the only one that they couldn't change the frequency on. It still kept the same frequency, and it's a very high, good one. Yeah. That's a lot of energy people put into it when it comes to the things that they believe. Because what you believe is real. That's your reality. Just like how, I sit there and I like to talk about, because I don't like to use names because this is what we was told. I don't listen. Look, when my spiritual guides and all that stuff give me a name, that's the name I'm using. Until then, I speak to the Most High, my guardian angels, and all the divine that wants the best for me. Everybody else's name I don't use. They know who I'm talking to in my heart. I just don't put a name to it. That's me. That's my choice. If you want to say Jesus, you can say Jesus. I just don't choose to say the name, but I speak to that energy, yes. Surely do. Highly protected. I am highly protected, yes. That's why my spiritual guides and all that stuff led me to the truth, too. Yeah. So, it's like I kind of got off course there. I want to go back to that because it was getting to something important that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, when it comes to the power, like you give everything power. So, like, when it comes to exorcisms and stuff like that, or releasing all these bad, because there are spirits, too. Hello, people. We're spirit, too, No disrespect, that's just how I talk. I'm just talking. I'm not talking at you. But, yeah, so it's like I'm talking to myself, too. Like, hello, Courtney. Yeah, da-da-da. But anyway, that being said, we're spirits. Why don't y'all think there's spirits walking around here, too? We got the divine and all that. Yup, these spirits like to latch on to people, too. Right. You indulging in the stuff that they love, you daggone right they attached to you. If you ain't doing nothing they don't love, they don't want to be with you. For what? You born. Besides, they want to take your good energy, but that's, protecting and stuff because you ain't doing certain things that open doors for them to latch on to. So, yeah, back to what I was saying when it comes to exorcism, when people use, Jesus' name or whatever they're reading in the Bible and stuff like that. You are the power. You are the power. None of that works unless you truly believe in that. And that's why exorcism works. In the name of Jesus. In the Most High. Like I said, I still don't like using them names. I still don't like using them names. Because I sat in the pits of hell. I sat in the dark. I was taken to the dark. I don't know, I was glad maybe it's a possibility because the way I was built, the way who I am, my higher self, all that. I'm a Scorpio. The dark. I'm not a dark person. But I seen and can be in the dark to pull people out of the dark. Like I've pulled myself out the dark before too. Not saying as a bad person. I'm saying like you just in a bad place in life and like and waking up from it because everything's hitting you all at once. But you wake up in the pits of hell because when you wake up, they know you're awake too. Yeah. But it seemed, or that I was told and led to, that they like let certain things happen for me to understand and know and be able to sit here and tell you that there are demons there are spirits. There, all that is, yeah, real. So just you protect yourself. And your protection is knowing that you're protected. They can't do nothing to you unless you give it power. Yeah. You are the power. Can't nobody do nothing to you unless you give them the power to do so. You raised your vibrations. You've awakened. You got your spiritual guides, your guardian angels, your higher self, all surrounding you. Over 1,000 guardian angels. You know this because you've been told this. And if you tapped in, you ain't hear it from, you didn't have to hear it from a book. You were told from your spiritual guides. You were led to it. They remind you every time you start to feel maybe you're not. Yeah. So always remember that you are highly protected. Don't give nobody your power. Surely don't. And then if you were here to help wake up the rest of the world, you are truly highly protected. And a lot of things you went through that a lot of people may not have went through. A lot of magic, a lot of paranormal stuff, especially when you first woke up. Because when you wake up, like I said before, they know you're awake too. And they come for you. And they'll have you leading you in the wrong way. Trying to get every ounce of your energy before you wake up and start listening to your real guides. It's kind of like, you got to think about it. A lot of this stuff is out here right in front of your face. And when you wake up, you start to see things differently. Like when they tell you got the devil and the angel on your shoulders. You got the devil and the angel on your shoulders. You got the devil and the most high energy. You got the godly energy and you got the devil energy. Going back and forth. And it's your choice to pick which direction to go. Okay? So, you realize and see, because for me, they led me to tarot cards. And when I say I got to see the dark in that. Boy, they try to rip you away from everything. Gotta watch out for those tarot cards. Now, see, there are tarot readers out here that are really seem like they are, helping you. It's not all that negative stuff. It's stuff that's actually helping you, because remember, all that negativity that you may be listening to when it comes to those tarot card readings, you're manifesting that negativity into your life. You create your own reality. So you start believing in all that shit, that's what it's going to be, because you created it. It's your reality. You sitting there thinking certain things is happening and it's not. So that reality in your head that you're creating and thinking they telling you your neighbors and shit is after you and all this other stuff, stop. And then if it even starts to get to that and start telling you about people that's doing wrong to you or get out of that. Your spiritual guides and the divine, they don't do that. You notice that, right? Because they handling that for you. You don't have to worry about that. You highly protected. You understand that you're good and you're not giving your power out to these people because you're believing in this is happening. Do you understand those dark spirits as well as those tarot card readers with the dark spirits that know what they're doing? just ciphering your energy. You getting energy with that. All y'all, like, looking into these readings and all this stuff, they're getting your energy. Now, if it's positive stuff, whatnot, whatever, help you keep positive thoughts, keep you in a positive vibe when it comes to your spiritual reality, by all means. Then don't get caught up in that either, because have you telling you, like, all this and this is coming, and telling you that you're this and this powerful, and look, sit with yourself. If you're believing in that you're all this, what they saying, super powerful, you goddesses, and which we are, don't get it twisted. But to find out who you really are when it comes to all of that, guys, whatever, sit with yourself, and that's how you figure it out. You don't need nobody else to tell you that. You're that powerful, it'll come when you put practice into it. Not sitting here listening to all the tarot card readers or me and everybody else that's just explaining, basically what you're going through. I mean, yes. I would say stick to these type of videos. I ain't got time for the tarot card readers. I don't. Because it's too much confusion. And it's a reading. It's not a specific reading to you. So it could be for anybody. Oh, and then they say take it how you want it, if it resonates for you, and all this stuff like that. If it isn't, don't take it, and blah, say blah, say blah, and all this other do you know how much shit, excuse my language, but that's what it is, people could sit up here and talk about that's relatable to you? Because we all life and stuff like that. Tell me something specific. Say my name. Say when I was born. I just don't. My opinion. Do what you want. I ain't telling nobody what they need to do. I'm just speaking from experience. That's all. Shit. I just don't. It's why. Why would you need to know what people are saying about you behind closed doors? What type of value is that gonna bring to your life? And then if these tarot card readers are so tapped in, why are they telling you all this negative stuff if they know that you can manifest that? Or you're supposed to be staying positive, but you walking around thinking about the tarot card reading that you heard earlier today. That's telling you your coworkers don't, or your coworkers is doing this and this and that behind your back, and your coworkers probably ain't even worried about you. Or just don't like you. Like any other people don't like people. It can be a cold world out here. You gotta find your space. You gotta find your people. You gotta find your tribe. Till the world gets better. Because we waking up. Starting to realize we are all one. We gotta figure all this out together. But come on, y'all. What's happening? Like, ask tarot card readers. What's really going on behind closed doors when you guys are talking to all these spirits? And some people don't even say, I don't always hear people put up protection when they're calling these spirits. And sometimes I don't even hear people saying exactly what spirit they're calling to get this information from. Just as well as like when it comes to churches and stuff like that. Yes, I'm tapping into it because I was told that I was sitting here to call out these people if I have to. I mean, I'm shown in the dark all the time. But I always say don't dwell in it. You just need to know these things to keep yourself safe. Which the tarot cards, yeah, I get. Like when it comes to that. But all day? And then it's more about like the people around you. See, with the spirituality and stuff like that and your spiritual guides, and they lead you to get you out the illusions and stuff like that, yeah, they do that to protect you, but they don't sit there and tell you, oh, like your so and so is trying to do this and this that to you. No, they don't, because they handling that for you. You're protected. And then what happens to you a lot of the times is things that they do let happen is because you need to learn something and you ain't listening. That's called a loop. You get the same relationship over and over again because it ain't seem to click. So, me personally, I don't know about these tarot card readers and stuff. Like I said, when I was talking about the church, tried it, I ain't forget. Alright, yeah, when they're saying God, praise God, praise God. Now, see, when I'm saying that in my head, I'm saying the Most High afterwards. What gods are they talking to? Because it's more than one God. There's a lot of gods, a lot of different gods. So, y'all getting the first one to answer. Or you're saying these names that they told us to say, which I wouldn't trust not nothing. And the people who have the veil removed from their eyes understand why. Like all the stuff that they didn't flip, you don't think they ain't flipped that? All the words they didn't told us to say that they didn't flipped, or we didn't pay attention to what we're really saying. Oh my goodness. As well as everything is out in front of your face. I mean, it's all there. You walk out your door, you see. Wow. Ooh, I don't like watching the news. I see through all that. All of it. Just like all these big time look, these prince kings and queens and presidents and all that top dogs go and meet up every year and plan out what's next. Sitting in the room, eating cookies and drinking milk. It's like, you know, they ain't doing that, but daggone it if they ain't cheering to their success and our downfall. They're not worried about, you know, our little one's future. They just worried about the next dollar. Or else we would be getting all of our money we would be getting all of our medicine from I wouldn't say witch doctors, but yeah. We surely wouldn't be dealing with all this medicine with side effects and all of that. Y'all do realize they got the whole world in a loop, right? Should have been way past where we are right now, but they're keeping us in a loop for the money. You know, They found out. They found out so much stuff. I mean, so much stuff has been invented that wasn't put out there because it's messing up their money. You know how many people have been unalived because of that? You know how long ago the water engine was invented? So long ago. Then they unalived the dude that invented it. Yeah, they unalived a lot of people. So we're in a loop. We're trying to fix that now, but we gotta work together to do that. Gotta start taking stuff seriously. Gotta start researching stuff. They stopped digging because of the things that they were finding. Let's get real for a second, right? I don't judge people on their race. I don't think any race is better than the other. We are all one. But understand, the more, what is it? I'm looking for the word. It's right on the tip of my tongue. You're not going to take it from me. Melanin. Why I could not think of that word? I could not think of that word. The more melanin you have in your body, the more powerful you are. Don't get it twisted. We're all powerful. Yes, we are all powerful no matter what race you are. But understand, my beautiful melanin people, you are highly powerful. And when they were digging and seeing how highly powerful we are, they stopped digging. When they started to see that our history is nothing but a lie, they stopped digging. They got scared. Because it all started with us. But don't forget, we are all one. But it all started with us. And we were all about helping. Love, light. And dark energy came along and stole it. And buried our history. Which is your history no matter what color your skin is. You are us, we are you. We are all one. We are him. Everything. You know? We just have beautiful brown skin. And y'all have beautiful white skin. Or yellow skin. Or orange or purple. You get what I mean. I've never seen color. Most of the people I grew up around were white. Or if you want to say Caucasian. Whatever, look. I ain't racist. Far from it. I love. I love to treat people the way I want to be treated. But enough about me, because who cares, right? I do. But we're talking about other stuff. You know? Because you got to do your research. The Bible. Poor thing. You think they ain't taint that? Mess that up? I mean, they beat it into... Going... Oh my gosh. First off, the cross. You better get off now because I'm about to disrespect it. Because it's disrespectful. The cross. Why are we walking around with the sacrifice of someone around our neck? That's not how we celebrate people. if you don't celebrate your family members that way, or you can't see yourself celebrating your family member that way that passed away, how can you do it for who they call Jesus, if that's his real name? Because that shit was changed plenty of times, excuse my language. But let's be honest. So much stuff was changed. And then when they started finding out the truth, they stopped digging. You know? I was told things from the Bible, yeah. I was never told about rocking no cross or nothing like that, though. I was never told a cross was going to protect me. None of that. And like I said, so when you're thinking about exorcisms and they use a cross and holy water, none of that works. Unless you fully believe in it. You are the power. I mean, think about it. So, like, if you had to choose between a priest and just a regular person, I guess I wouldn't say regular person, but somebody that's not a pastor. You're like fully into the Bible and all that stuff, and you believe in that, no disrespect, okay, by all means. And you want to be blessed by one of them. Which one would you pick? You would pick that pastor, right? You're not going to pick the civilian, right? That person believes in that. That's where the power lies. But understand that civilian could do it too, if they truly believed. We are powerful. And there are things that doesn't sit right with me when it comes to churches. Now, the church, the building itself, I feel like that's sacred. Well, the old ones, especially the old ones, yeah. But the people that's running it, I don't trust you. Because I've never heard, I can't say all, but I haven't heard nobody talk about the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And like, been told these things to protect myself. But they don't do or say any of these things in church. And it's like, I know y'all tapped in. Y'all gotta be tapped in. Or at some point, you possibly got tapped in. So, was it like the veil was revealed and all that stuff and you started to learn the truth? But you was already waist deep in, so you couldn't all of a sudden turn around and be like, hold up, we need to take a look at this spirituality. We need to take a look at these soul urge numbers. We need to look at these life path numbers. We need to look at these spiritual numbers. They say they don't like angel numbers. And just go by the biblical numbers. Well, to me, the angel numbers are less negative than the biblical numbers or dreams. Because from what I experienced, And when I look up biblical and angel numbers and spiritual numbers, I get a whole bunch of everybody's out to get you, demons coming for you, da 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 da, blah, say blah. You need to pray. You need to do this. Angel numbers and spiritual numbers, when I research that, when I get one of those numbers from my spiritual guides, and I get direction to my life path, the path that I'm on, guidance, reassurance, all at the right time. And it all has to do with what I'm experiencing, or what I might be going through, or the great things that are happening within that time. There's no fear there. Now, in the beginning, when I first had my spiritual awakening, the first thing I hopped into was the Bible and all of that. And I started to get attacked. Beyond means. Like I said, I sat in the pits of hell. I had demons look me in my face, taunting me in this reality. No. And I'm not playing when I say that. Like, that's real talk. Demons are real. And they hop in and out of people too. They can. The doors are open. They can do it. Literally taunting me. But by time that I was already in it for too long. I was already awakened for a while. I was already starting to see I was already starting to see the light in the dark. I was already too attached to the good, to the godly frequency. But they were letting certain things happen because I needed to be in the dark to talk about these things, to let people know that it's real. And you got to be careful, and you got to use your discernment. With all these videos that we out here watching. Why? Because they not going to let certain things be seen. Now, I've been sitting here with myself thinking about that for a while now. Waiting for my answer. Sitting here meditating on it. Trying to figure out, is it because we reached a point to where they're so weak they can't stop it, and it's so much being put out there and all that stuff, they can't stop it? Which I just had a upload. That's exactly what it is. That's why they was trying to get rid of TikTok. Because people is out here talking, telling the truth on TikTok. Heavy. But they ain't just talking about it. They got receipts and everything. They out here reposting all these new findings that we're finding that nobody's talking about, because the news really ain't talking about it. They talking about fear. They're talking about low vibrational stuff. Shoot, I got a video where where all the news programs all around the world telling the same story, just in a different way. The way that they have the world set up is for poverty, failure, just profit. They want people locked up. It's not just profit and money, it's energy too. You know how much energy they get from these jail cells? These prisons? Get a lot of energy. And then a lot of places don't really give them any hope. Don't give them nobody to look up to, nothing to look forward to, or try. It's kind of more like, luckily they happen to come across somebody that didn't woke up or strive, wanting a better life and speaking some wisdom and got a group of people motivated. But other than that, like, do they take the time to have certain programs and stuff like that? I mean, I know some of these prisons do and stuff. But it's not enough. Let's just say that. It's not enough. It seems like it's just, do it just enough to hush you a little bit, and talk about it. Yeah. So, be mindful. Be careful out here. The best thing you can do is sit with yourself. Because, best believe they got confusion all up through here when it comes to what you're looking at. That's why it's always good to sit with your guides stuff after everything, before you even think about taking something in consideration and hold it in with being a part of you. So, yeah. Is there anything else that I'm being led to talk about? Because that's it. I feel like something's coming though. I guess I'll just save that for the next video. But here's your discernment. Because it's out here. Maybe I'll talk about some of the weird things that I've been through when it came to waking up and, your spirituality, and depending on your path and what you were sent here to do, some weird shit can happen. And I'm definitely following my path. Takes a lot of guts to sit here and talk to y'all on video, or as well as keep talking to myself. It feels like sometimes. And they tell me keep going, so I'm gonna keep going. Just like the ones who did their videos 3-4 years ago, and now they're all just starting to pop off because everybody is starting to awaken. But yeah. And then you find your crowd, you find your people, and all that. I keep peeling my nails off. I mean to paint off my nails. I really don't like this color because it looks like a fungus color to me, if you ask. It's yellow. Like, girl, your nails busted. I'm sorry, because my light not. Super bright. But anyway, probably ain't good for my nails anyway. They put stuff in everything People just be out here selling their souls. Stop selling your souls for money. Okay? Clearing people that's, making businesses now. It's not going to prosper if you're selling your soul to make money. Like, something's wrong, ain't right, ain't, what I'm saying, it's harming the planet or harming people or got cancerous stuff in it. All that stuff is starting to crumble because it's all coming out. We sick of it. They done pushed so hard and doing so much. Like, you got people out here going to school and all this stuff and the rent prices and the loans they gotta pay back and just the whole setup of it all. It's all coming out. People sick and tired. They don't have time to live life because they're too stressed out about how they gonna pay their next bill. This is the common folks. And if not that, it's other crap. Gotta worry about your kids going to school. And the bullying and all that stuff. Why don't we have therapists in school? Like, I'm trying to figure out why isn't that important? Because it's not going to make nobody money. I mean, they can't have healthy people walking around. It's not going to make any money. They can't have mentally healthy people walking around. It's not going to make them money. Right. All this shit ours. Excuse my language. This is ours. All of it. And they make us pay for everything. All of it. It's ridiculous. All of it. We could all have free energy, free power, free water, free food. They out here planting male trees instead of female trees. That's why everybody out here going nuts with the pollen. Because they planting all these male trees that's leaking all this pollen, which is basically tree, the stuff that, how we make babies with men and us to get babies. Yeah, it's basically trees all up in your nose, face, and hair. Trying to pollinate the women trees, the female trees, but we don't have none because they don't want us to have free food. Like, when I say they got everything to a T to make sure they can profit and keep us at a certain frequency and vibration, low vibration, just making money off of it. Oh my, I can't, these commercials. When it comes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. When it comes to the medicine and all that stuff, and the side effects, okay, it's not funny because some people really gotta be out here taking this crap. This is why a lot of us is getting so many messages about we need to create. Sit down. If your butt don't wake up at 3 o'clock, when you're being waken up, you better wake up and sit. They try and give you ideas. You're getting messages. It's not just, you're not just getting, messages about life and your path. Well, all right, that's going to get into it. Because, scratch that, your path. Because, yeah, that's involved too. But they're not just giving you info about your next video and stuff. Or, okay, maybe that is too. Look, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that the ideas and all of that is flowing. it's thinning. It's your uploads are like, that's when you get your uploads. That's when you're supposed to write down all these ideas, because if you don't catch it, the next person will. It might be me. How you doing? Thank you for not paying attention to your message, because I'm about to invest in that idea. But no, I'm just kidding. I got my own thing going, y'all. I got my own business. I already got mine, like my ideas and stuff, and getting more ideas and stuff. So I write them down. But yeah, get up. I don't care how tired you are. Get up. Your higher self is leading you to a better life, a successful one, a happy one, which your soul urges for. So therefore, the way you get your profit or how you make your money, it's not even a job to you. It's your life. It's a part of you. You enjoy doing it. And get back to ripple effect after. But yeah, because come on, y'all. I know y'all out here making these medicines and all that stuff. You got the books. It's out here. It's happening. Come on. Because we got to get rid of these dark energy companies that's out here decided to sell their soul because they can't put out the real deal. Because they'll lose their license and be blackballed. It's happened plenty of times. A lot of times. They get up there, start asking the wrong questions. Just wish that and hope that they kept doing that practice behind closed doors. So maybe when everything hits the fan, because it will, slowly but surely, probably not all at once, but I don't know, we'll see. We won't have to get ready, we'll be ready. Yeah. I mean, you already got them out here. Just gotta find them. Okay. Well, I'm done talking for now. I'll be back again. Like, subscribe. See you next time. Peace. Not peace, that's war. If you don't believe me, look it up. It's there. So yeah, peace. Never war here. Always love. Talking, having real conversations. If you want, you can ask a question, have comments, whatever. I would never be offended. As long as you come correct. If you don't, I'll ignore you. Or I'll also just erase it. Ain't no negativity here. No negativity. Maybe calling some things out. Maybe opening your eyes to some things that are negative. But ain't no hate coming from here. Just a lot of frustration when it comes to how they doing us as people. Yeah. Nothing's for us. Nothing. But it will be. And it is becoming. And they are here to help. We have help here. It's happening. But they have to do it slowly. They can't just rip the Band-Aid off. You know. Guess starting with us. You know. The ones that are help waking up the rest of the world. Then maybe they'll come later. I mean, hey, look. You know, maybe think of the response that we could be getting. No, out here looking crazy because we're speaking on stuff that not really spoken on unless you come to this world of spirituality. be out there in that reality, people look at you like you ain't got no sense. So, I guess us first, right? In human form, us human beings tapping into our being side and trying to wake up the rest of the world to tap into their being side because they forgot that they're not just human, they're human beings. And then also we got to remind our beings that's tapped into their being side to don't forget you are human. As well as we got to remind everybody, including ourselves, that we are human beings. We are very powerful, but we are very emotional beings, people, feelings. We feel things. We have senses, you know, and we have more than what they tell us as well too. So yeah, all right, I gotta go. My son just got here. Got a text from the bus driver. Much love. Peace.